Alright, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today I want to talk to you about Paramount Global, stock ticker PARA. This is Paramount Pictures, Paramount Plus, this is CBS, this is the old CBS Viacom. So for those of you who are new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody would smash the like button, we'd appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. You'll see in the pinned comment a link to our free Discord, so please come on, join us over there as well. All right, let's talk about Paramount because I think there's an opportunity here. So I want to go through what I'm looking at, and this mostly has to do with the streaming services. So let's take a look at where Paramount is right now. They're at $30.83. That leaves them with a market cap of $19.88 billion. So they just went under the $20 billion mark. To put that in perspective, their trailing 12-month PE ratio is 4.4. This is an incredibly low PE ratio. Their forward PE ratio is a little higher, but it's still similar, well below what I think is reasonable. So again, I have to say this is not financial advice. I'm giving you guys my opinion. I'm going to walk you through what I see with Paramount Pictures and where I think they should go, but please do your own due diligence. Paramount has been a very volatile stock. Almost every stock in the stock market has been volatile, so I feel like I say this every video, but when we get to the chart, you will see this has had some high level of volatility this year. But that's actually what I'm trying to make a play on, so I will explain. Okay, so if you look at their 52-week range, you'll see they're trading from $27 up to $47 over the last 52 weeks. They're at $30, so much closer to their low than their high. This stock recently has had a major pullback, and it's as a result of the Netflix earnings call. So Netflix, obviously they are the leader in streaming services, and they actually had a net loss of users for the first time, I think, in 10 years. So not only did that take their stock out, Netflix is down drastically, but it also took the rest of all of the streaming services with them. However, the problem is all streaming services are not created equal. Paramount Pictures is much earlier in their growth cycle. This is a super high growth part of the company. In fact, it's part of the company's future vision, and their growth in the fourth quarter was astronomical. So they will report earnings next week. I'm going to show you what Q4 was, and I have no reason to believe that Paramount is suffering from the same problem that Netflix is suffering from. Netflix is a very mature company, and they have market saturation. Paramount Plus continues to add to their lineup, and they continue to have strong growth. They also own a second streaming service called Pluto, and that continues to have strong growth. That is an advertising-based service versus a prescription-based service. So you can see when you look at this, they had $28.5 billion of revenue in 2021. They're looking to get that to 30.6 and then 32.2 in 2023. So that's 7% and 5% growth. So this may not look like a growth stock. If you take a closer look, their streaming services are extremely high growth. Paramount obviously was originally a movie studio, so the movies have had a very bad run in 2020 and 2021. The global box office was down maybe 90%. Now, Paramount has some big hits coming out, including what's probably going to be the summer blockbuster. Next month, Top Gun comes out. People have been waiting a couple of years to see this. This is a highly anticipated movie. They also have another Mission Impossible coming out. This company is transitioning from a traditional legacy media company to the new world of online streaming and obviously movies. This is revenue by type. So you see the total company revenue increased 16%. But if you take a closer look, streaming revenues increased 48% year over year. Streaming subscription revenues increased 84% year over year, and streaming advertising 26%. So you'll see their streaming subscription base is growing and growing. If we take a look year over year for the 12 months ended December 31st, 2021, streaming revenue was $4.19 billion. That was up from $2.5 billion the previous year. So you can see that's a massive increase year over year, and there's every reason to believe that 2022 should have a similar path. Now, I will say the company has not given much guidance on this. So next week's earnings result are really going to be very telling because I'm going to show you what they did in the fourth quarter. Okay, global streaming highlights. Global streaming subscribers rose to more than 56 million. To put it in perspective, Netflix has over 220 million subscribers. They are the leader in the industry. When I say that Paramount Plus is in their growth phase, they just now are getting to 56 million subscribers with sights set much higher than that. And you'll see the next part of this sentence is adding a record-breaking 9.4 million subscribers in the quarter, that being the fourth quarter of 2021. Whereas Netflix lost a few subscribers, in the fourth quarter of 2021, Paramount added 9.4 million subscribers. So that is a massive, massive growth. Subscriber additions in the quarter were overwhelmingly led by Paramount Plus with 7.3 million additions, bringing Paramount Plus total subscriptions to 32.8 million. So 7.3 million and 9.4 million new subscribers were to Paramount Plus. So that's 7.3 million, bringing them up to 32 million. That is substantial growth. And that's not 1 year, that's 1 quarter. I don't know that they can continue on that pace. That is astronomical. But it will be interesting to see, and this is where the potential opportunity presents itself, because unlike Netflix, which had bad news at their quarterly earnings, Paramount Plus could have good news. And I want to go take a look at the chart, because you're going to see bad news is built in right now. This stock has had a major pullback since the Netflix earnings. So let's go take a look at the chart. All right, this is the Paramount chart on the 1-day time frame. So each one of these candles represents 1 day. You're going to see a blue line right here in the middle. This line has been an extremely important line of support in the year 2021 that basically in October of 2021 turned into resistance. So you'll see this held up very strong. This was trading between $37 and about $48 for quite some time in 2021. It broke down under that. It's gotten as low as $27, but it keeps dipping in the $27 to $30 range. So you'll see we had one dip here and then it ran right back up to this line. Then we had a giant gap down and a dip here. It did not quite get back to the line, but it did get to $36. And then a gigantic gap down again on their earnings report, which made no sense to me because we just looked at their earnings report and I felt it was very strong. So I think the market later changed their mind. So you can see over the course of the next month, they then went on to have 43% growth in their stock price. So this gap down was quickly corrected right back up to this $37.72 line, and actually it went past this line a little bit. It could not hold the line, and once again on the Netflix earnings on April 19th, just a week ago, we gapped down again, and it has run down severely since then. So this is all the way back down to $30.80. That's very similar to where it got back on January 24th when it was at its low. So you can see I've drawn 3 arrows here. Each time this bottoms out somewhere in the $28 to $30 range, it has a big rally back up to this line of what is now a line of resistance. I ultimately think that Paramount is going to break through this line of resistance and get back into what was their previous year's trading range, more in the 37 to 47 range. Again, please remember, this is not financial advice. This is how I'm looking at the chart. This is my expectation. You guys need to do your own due diligence. I'm just looking at what's happened in the past and giving you my best estimate of where I think this is going. But you can see, as a matter of historical fact, we have in the year 2022, we have 3 giant run-ups in Paramount, each one of which ends in a crash back down to a similar spot. This looks like number 4 to me. We're set up, and again, we may go a little lower because a couple of these got down into the $28 and $27 range. So, and we're over 30 right now, but roughly where this middle channel went right here. So this is 1, 2, 3 in a row every single month so far this year. So April was a down month for Paramount Pictures. April was a down month for everything, and all the streaming services got destroyed on Netflix earnings. So you could see there was massive downward pressure. So today Paramount is down about 0.7% in intraday trading. We're right in the middle of the day, so I don't know where it's going to end up today. At some point within the next 45 days, if this trend continues, I expect to see a run back up to this line of resistance and retest this. So the key is going to be there's earnings next week. So on the last earnings, there was a giant plummet. It took the market about a week to digest that and then a big run up. So I don't know. On this one, there's 2 potential strategies that you can start dollar cost averaging in now, or potentially wait until after the earnings are announced and hope that the market reacts poorly to them. Either way, I see this running back up and retesting this $37.72 line that it has been testing all year. So again, just because it's been doing that doesn't mean it's a guarantee that it will do that in the future, but this is a very strong trend. And to me, from a risk-reward standpoint, the downside risk, even if it got all the way to its recent bottom here, that's only about 11% downside. against what I see as a potential 22% or more upside to retest this line. Particularly if this drops on earnings, then the increase will obviously be that much more to get back up to the $37 mark. So again, you can see why I said at the beginning that this is a highly volatile stock. This stock has gapped down 3 different times this year. In the past, it has recovered, but obviously we will have to wait and see what happens this time. So I think there's some opportunities in the stock. I think there's also some opportunities potentially to look at the options, maybe get a $35 option that's out a month or 2 or 3 to give yourself a little time. But it does seem like this is a reoccurring trend. I did do a video in February on this gap down, and I basically said almost the exact same thing. I expected this to return back up to here. It did. It actually went past this. So I did use options to have a nice, I think a triple or a quadruple on that. Now again, just because that happened last time doesn't mean it's going to happen again. However, this has been a successful trading pattern for me, so I'm probably going to stick to it, but you guys got to decide for yourselves. So that's what I got for you on Paramount. If you made it all the way to the end, please remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.